to Wausau Distance Education. My name is Greg Weaver, and this is ENG4E, Grade 12 Workplace English. I'd like to welcome everyone listening across the North Bay at home, your learning center, or in Bell Expressview. To call and join our class, you can call 1-800-465-7144 or 737-4017 or 2983 in the Sioux Lookout, Lac Seul, or Dryden areas. I'd like to welcome everyone back to class today. This is our last class of the week, and we're going to be finishing off with Unit 2 and starting Unit 3 today. So what we're going to do, we're going to finish off looking at our mind map question, and then we're going to look at our creating a movie poster for this novel. So before we do that, we're creating a mind map. I know some students may have missed the last couple of classes. Some students have a hard time with work and making it here. What I want to do, we're creating a mind map. What I want to do is show you the video that we use as our example. Just in case you missed it, you're not quite sure, or you want to review, here it is. So we're going to watch this video quickly. Then we're going to keep going right where we left off yesterday. So the video is on YouTube. You can either click on this link, type this link in, or click search how to mind map if you want to see it as well.
Welcome to the How to Mind Map tutorial. You're about to learn why mind mapping is used by so many people in so many countries and in so many languages. Mind maps are the ultimate organizational thinking tool. They are the easiest way to put information into your brain and to take information out of your brain, as they literally map out your thoughts. Tony Buzan invented mind maps back in the 1970s.
A mind map is a thinking tool that reflects externally what goes on inside your head.
We're now going to look at how to mind map in 6 simple steps. Let's begin mind mapping. Step 1. Firstly, start by creating your central idea. This will define the theme of your mind map. This should ideally be an image, as images have much greater impact than words. Images encourage your imagination, keep your mind focused, and help you to remember. You can choose between a selection of iMindMap images, or you can import your own. iMindMap allows you to add a short text label as well as your image if needed. Step 2. You need to add your ideas and thoughts to your mind map. You can do this by adding branches for each of your ideas. Curved, organic branches are the most effective as they reflect the structure of your brain. Straight lines are rigid and therefore boring. They don't excite your mind, which means that you aren't soaking up so much information. Curved, rounded lines create variety and excitement for your eyes, making the information they hold easier to remember. Give your main ideas thicker branches to show their importance. Your branches should become less and less thick as you add your second and third level ideas. You can create curved branches easily using iMindMap. Simply use your mouse and the predefined branch drawing tool to create your branches. iMindMap will also organize the thickness of each of your branch levels. Step 3. A very important part of mind mapping is color. Colors are as exciting to your brain as images. They add extra interest and life to your mind map, as well as giving energy to your creative thinking. Using iMindMap, each of your branches is given a different color via the Auto Color tool. Step 4. Once you have created a branch for your idea, you can then add a word to describe it. It is important that you try and only use one keyword here. This is because single words will generate many more associations and connections, allowing your mind to have the freedom to spark off new ideas and thoughts. Try and remember that single words will always provide power and flexibility to your mind map. To add a word, simply type straight after creating your branch. And remember, if you ever need to include more information than just one word, iMindMap lets you attach notes to any of your branches, so you can include further words or information. Step 5. You can also attach an image to your branch. As the saying goes, a picture can paint 1,000 words. This is because images have a huge impact on your brain. The more you use them, the better. You can attach images to any branch using images from the iMindMap image and icon library, or by importing your own. An even better way to mind map is to try and use images instead of words on your branches. Step 6. Connections are now what will create your mind map. From your central idea, and then your first main branch, your brain will start making connections. These connections will start forming the rest of your main branches, and then your second level branches, and then third level branches, carrying on until you have run out of ideas, which, if you're using mind mapping, should be never. This is because your brain works by association. It likes to link 2, or 3 or 4 things together. If you connect branches, and therefore ideas, you will understand and remember a lot easier. So, carry on adding your branches. Congratulations! You are now mind mapping. For those of you who want to add more to your mind maps, you can try these other ideas. Why not highlight important areas of your map by using highlight clouds? Relationship arrows can be used to connect two ideas that are related but may not follow each other. Want to add more information to your mind map? Why not add links to your branches to different websites, documents, or other mind maps? This will allow you to easily access more information about a particular topic. Try adding a background color to your mind map to give it even more impact. All done? When you have finished creating, you can easily save your mind map so that you can come back to add more to it whenever you feel like. You can print your mind map and put it on your wall to help you remember a difficult topic or remind you of a particular area. An even better idea is to tile print so that you can create posters of your mind maps. Great to put up in the classroom or on your bedroom wall. You can even export your mind maps as a web page, image, or PDF, or into Word or PowerPoint. Try this if you want to use your mind map to deliver a presentation. Now you can mind map, you should start learning, planning, problem solving, concentrating, organizing, and remembering easier and better.
All right, that's the video again, just in case you missed it. If you do have any questions, be sure to let me know. We're going back to what we were looking at before. And what we were looking at is we started actually creating our mind map. You're doing this for key question 36. There's 5 different areas. So yesterday, we got as far as the introduction. And now we're looking at the plot summary. So we started here, and we'll keep going. You have to come up with between 5 and 8 important points for the novel. So what are some of the big events that happened? So far we had Pierre arrives on our lake. That's a really big thing. Tiffany and Tony go about getting a fight, and Tony about Tony's actions. Next is a fight between Tiffany and Keith over her grades. And she leaves and goes to Tony and breaks because Tony's cheating. Our next big point, number 4, it was T and K, Tiffany and Keith, have another fight on Sunday morning, and Tiffany runs off telling Keith that she is going to kill herself. Number 5. So that's Discovery's going. Number 5. Our 5th point is Tiffany meets Pierre in the woods and discovers what he is and that's kind of, and then the number 6, our last point, Tiffany returns home and Pierre sees sunrise at the end of his journey. So here we had 6 points for our plot summary. So what we're going to do now is going back to our mind map. I put our plot summary here, our introduction red. I'm going to put the plot summary over here. So we're going to switch colors out. Let's go for green. So do another one like this. And short form PS for plot summary. Now this is my rough draft that I'm doing. So I can use short forms and all that stuff. When you do your good copy, you are going to have to make sure there's no short forms and that there's proper spelling and grammar. So what I would encourage you to do, especially for your rough draft, it's pretty small, is like do what you did here. Write out your plot summary on a different separate sheet of paper that you can check your spelling and your grammar. And then your rough draft, you can just branch off. So you can go like this. And it's going to number these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I would just, when I do your rough copy, I would attach your plot summary there, just so I can see your points. When you do your good copy, however, you are going to have to write this out. You can't put numbers for your good copy. For your rough copy, you don't have a whole lot of space. It's fun to do it that way. So for our third one, third thing you have to have after that is your characters. So you have to describe the characters. So I'm going to put that over here on the side here. So this is our characters. So we have our protagonist, our antagonist, and then one supporting character. So I'm going to branch off, go up this way, and call this Tiffany. I'm going to put underneath that protagonist. So that's our protagonist. And then you want to just describe what she's like. So I'm going to say for Tiffany, it's that she's young. Think of the personality traits that you use to describe her. And she's very quick-tempered. So I'm actually going to get rid of young. I don't think I like young. It's my rough draft. I can get rid of it. So with quick-tempered, and we'll have, let's think of I'm just going to think of the positive for each. So we have quick-tempered is kind of a negative one. And we'll say honest. Then you want to describe these. So we'll take quick-tempered, and then I'm going to draw going up this way here. How is she quick-tempered? So give 3 examples of how she's quick-tempered, and give 3 examples of how she's honest. Explain those different characteristics or personality traits. So you see how with this one we have our big ideas characters. We have Tiffany. We have quick-tempered and honest, and then we have these. So we actually have 4 layers to this one branch. Another one we have to do is Pierre. He's our antagonist. So think of ways think same thing. We'll go down this way instead, so we have more space. So we have one going here, and one going down over here. So think of 2 words to describe Pierre. So think of 2 words to describe Pierre. So for him, we can describe him as very mysterious. Put that in line. Mysterious. And another word to describe him would be very private. So for mysterious, once again, think of 3 things that you would use to describe him as mysterious. For private, 3 things you would use to describe him as private. So it just keeps branching and branching. The same thing again for a support character. So I'm going to draw the balloon all the way down here because we don't have a whole lot of space here. And we'll call this one Tony. So how do you describe Tony? 2 words for him. And whatever those words are. So Tony, you can say that he is let's call him sketchy for another better term. And another way we can call him is dishonest. And once again, explain what those words are. So, you see, it starts getting pretty crowded really quickly. This is why I strongly recommend that when you do this, you tape either 2 pieces of paper together, so it's a nice big, so it's a big long piece of paper, or you tape 4 together and come up with even more space, just so that you have the opportunity and the chance to really explain yourself clearly when you do your good copy. When you're looking at your rough draft, you find your point forms and it's fine to do all of the little short ones just to get your ideas down. Thing you want to make sure of though is that you have correct spelling and correct grammar. You know exactly where everything is going to go. So that's something you want to think about. So our next one we're going to look at is the setting. So one thing you've seen, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this one in purple now, so it's a bit easier to see. And scroll down here so it gets more space. So we're going to, another branch we're going to have, oopsie, this should be purple. There we go. Is the setting. So we're going to have 3 details to describe it. And those can include, so say, where's it set? Well, it's set in our lake, and then describe Otter Lake. Describe Keith's house. How do you describe that? A couple of descriptions for that. And then think of another area you want to describe. Maybe you want to describe restaurants, because they mentioned a couple of them. You can go and describe those as well. And then the last one you're looking at is the last one we're going to look at is the conflict. So branch it out like this. You have conflict. From there you have describe 2 conflicts. So say you want to have person versus person PvP, and you're going to have PvS, person versus society. So describe the conflict there and describe the conflict there. So you want to get those descriptions. And those should be already done in lesson lesson 8. Sorry, that's what lost a train of thought there for a second. And that's what you want to look at and consider with your mind map. Now, this is just a rough copy. It's fine to look at this in the rough copy. However, when you do complete your good copy, you have to make sure there's no spelling mistakes. It's all in color. And you know short form. So I had like T and K for Tiffany and Keith. The number is 1 to 6 for plot summary. Rough draft's fine. On your good copy, those have to be written out. And they have to be spelled correctly and proper spelling and grammar. And that is for this activity. Now, the other things you have to have with this are 3 pictures or symbols, and you have to correspond grammar. So that is this key question. So we'll save this, and we'll save this, and then we'll open a new one. So we're looking at the last one we can look at now is a movie poster in key question 37. So a movie poster is used to advertise a movie. They normally contain an image with text. Today's poster often feature photographs of the main actors. Text on film posters contains the title and the names of the main actors. A tagline or a slogan, the name of the director, names of characters, and the release date. So film posters are displayed inside and on the outside of movie theaters and elsewhere in the streets or in shops. The same images appear on DVD cases when the movie is released on DVD and on advertisements or posters in newspapers and magazines. They usually feature illustrations of a film scene or array of overlaid images from several scenes. Other posters use artistic interpretation of a scene or even the theme of the film. So even though this is a fairly easy question, most people can get this done fairly quickly, is you want to create a movie poster for this novel. So say it's going to be turned into a movie. You've been assigned to create the poster for it. So you have to come up with a creative title. Calling it The Night Wanderer doesn't work. You can explain what lurks in the woods, an unexpected visitor, danger in the night. Think of words that terms you could just maybe describe what happens, but it's not called The Night Wanderer. You want to think of the names of the actors who will play the main characters, a large image that will serve as a background for the poster, so a poster picture of Otter Lake possibly, and a tagline or a catchphrase that describes the movie in one sentence. So, a couple details for this assignment. I must fit on a regular sheet of white paper. So it's the same size as your units on. Just that size. And just the part that most people tend to forget, you have to write a short, I'm looking at like 4 or 5 sentences on a paragraph explaining why did you choose those actors. So who do you choose to play Keith? Who do you choose to play Pierre? Who do you choose to play Granny Ruth? Who do you choose to play Tony? Those are the 4 really big characters in this. Or sorry, 5 characters. Pierre, Tiffany, Keith, Granny Ruth, and Tony. And so just a short paragraph tell me why you chose them. So when you do this, let's pretend that this here is my piece of paper. So let's say I want to have a title. So first thing I'm going to have is the title. So I'm going to call it Danger in the Woods. Need a background image. So I'm going to say sample. I'm going to have their house here and a whole bunch of trees. This is why, and this is the reason why I teach English and not art, because my trees are horrible. Something like that, and then maybe have a pair of eyes. Everybody's looking out, looking at the house. The date that comes out, so it's going to come out December 30th. And then you can have your list of actors. So actor A, actor B, and actor C. Then a little tagline. So you have your tagline, could be written behind the words, and it says, gives you something like, don't go out at night. So that's just an example. Say this question is pretty easy. Most students don't have a hard time with it. If you do, be sure to let me know, and I will give you a bit more detail. I went through this pretty quickly because most students don't tend to have a hard time with it. Let's save that as Kiko's 37. So, question that. So what we're going to do now is we're done with lesson unit 2. That's everything. I'm going to give you a chance just to get started with these questions. So they're going to take about 4 minutes or so just to get going with this. Then what I want to do, we'll come back, and I want to quickly get started with lesson 11 from unit 3. We should get to the whole thing. It won't take us very long. If not, we'll pick it up again on Monday. But I really want to give you a chance to get started with these questions. If you have any questions, let me know. So get started, and we'll come back in 4 minutes. Question 24. Now, this one goes back to the prologue we looked at the beginning about the good wolf and the evil wolf. So they get to 3 things or actions you could do that would help improve her self-esteem, improve her attitude, and would feed the good wolf. And then think of 3 things that she could do that would just continue to make her more depressed, continue to make her life a lot harder, which would be feeding the evil wolf. And then key question 25 is more reading questions on chapters 12 to 17. And you have to go through those answers in sentence form. You need more, because I've got some work from people where it's only 1 sentence for these questions. You need to have more than that. You're looking at probably 3 to 4 sentences, sometimes more. A good way to gauge it is look at how many marks the question's worth. So, for example, number 5 is worth 5 marks. It should be longer than number 3 or 4, which are only worth 3 marks. And then key question 26 for you do with your journal. Lesson 8 was looking at different types of conflict. So you had to describe 5 characters in conflict they were encountering and explain them. There's an example here for Kim. And then you had to write a letter to Dear Abby. They spent looking at advice. So summarize the first letter, the point of view of Keith or Tiffany. Summarize what's occurring and what's going on and what the problems are. Then second one, respond back to that, giving some advice, solutions, how you could overcome those challenges. Then key question 29 was the questions that just look at what we looked at novels so far. There's 3 of them, each worth 10 marks. 30 was the reading questions, 18 and 22, and they done with the journal. Lesson 9 was the rest of the novel, the reading questions first, then complete your journal and doing the character sketch assignment, which you worked through at the end of last week. And then chapter 10, which we just looked at, is your mind map and your movie poster. So that's what we'll end for tonight. We will pick this up again on Monday. We'll start with lesson 3, or unit 3. So please make sure you have your unit 3 with you when you come to class. I will be in the office all day tomorrow, Any questions, email me, call me, let me know. Other than that, everyone has a good night and a good weekend, and I'll talk to everyone again on Monday. Till then, miigwech, and bye for now.